welcome to hashtag Team Dolphin Lady. The show formerly known as the fan-controlled show. The official companion show to fan-controlled football. The only real live professional football league, sports league of any kind that gives all the power to you, the fans. We are in fact called hashtag Team Dolphin Lady because you decided it. You get the power. Just like with FCF, this show gives you the power. That means you get to decide what we are called each and every week. And in fact, all through today's stream, you can put suggestions for what this show should be called next week in the chat. And at the end of the stream, we'll put up a poll and you'll get to vote and decide what we are called. I am Jeff 2Ns1T Cannata, and I'm joined by some of my favorite people on the planet. Josh Macuga, Patrick Dees, and the commissioner himself, Ray Austin. Welcome, fellas.
What's up, man?
Ray. God,
up,
it's good
gentlemen?
to be back.
Am I the only one that had forgotten about Team Dolphin Lady being the name of the show, or why we?
I forgot. I didn't. What the fuck was that?
It's amazing how things can be a really big deal for like 15 hours.
Yes.
You know?
I'm so glad you broke that to me on the show. That trailer is unbelievable.
It really.
Yeah.
I went immediately home, Jeffrey, and played it for my wife, and she's like, "Well, we're watching this, right?" And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
called good marketing, is what that's
Totally.
Has it premiered
100%.
yet? Like, has that been a thing just yet, or is that still weeks out?
No, I think it's beginning of August or end of this
Okay.
month or beginning of August, I believe.
He pretends he doesn't know. I believe at the beginning of August.
on his
he has
calendar. We know it's on his calendar.
tattooed. Unbelievable.
No big
Well-
deal. I got a sleeve of all the characters. No big deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. You are joining us for what continues to be our casual off the hip weeks. We're still doing the show, having a blast, getting excited for FCF season 2.0, but things are still percolating. The excitement is still contained just under the
Bubbling.
surface.
Still bubbling up.
That's right.
FCF
So,
got the bubble.
So we're doing we're doing more casual shows. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that we have been enjoying. We're going to talk about, I think Macuga has some stuff to pitch us
Hell
as
yeah.
well. And we
Always.
have one of our favorite guests, Jiggamanporto himself, is going to be joining
Jigga.
us in a
Talk
few
a little
minutes.
bit about kind of the future roadmap of fan-driven content too. So, despite no real news about season 2, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's going to be fun. And I've been enjoying these shows a lot. What were you going to say, Josh?
I've got some fan-driven content for you guys. Fly with a 4-month-old and then get stuck in Detroit for a night and then and document it. And we'll see what the fans control of that situation.
Yo,
Hey,
wait,
hey,
what, you
Josh. I'll see your fly with a 4-month-old and raise you flying with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and have your 4th of July night flight canceled so the kids don't get to see fireworks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait,
Well,
so you guys
apparently-
you guys both got stranded on the 4th plans.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh.
flew to Pittsburgh on the 1st.
Okay.
And our flights to Pittsburgh were fantastic. Just awesome. And Rosie was a little sweetheart like the whole time. She's like very inquisitive. I mean, she's only 4 months old. She got this like wry smile. She's always like, right? And she's got these big eyes, and everywhere she looks, she's kind of like, everybody thought she was the most adorable thing. We go to Pittsburgh.
Dude, she looks just like you. The pictures of you doing this is like this is a little baby trophy of you.
I know.
Baby trophy.
I'm gonna bronze her, Ray, for next year's FCF. The Rosie Award for the cutest player is just a bronze baby. Just my baby. We were in Atlanta, and the woman working at Delta was like, "Wow, y'all even got the same haircut."
Amazing.
Adorable.
Amazing.
Thank you. Then we on the way back, our flight from Pittsburgh to Detroit, because there's no direct flights to Pittsburgh anymore, which is a disaster. Flew to Detroit. we couldn't land in Detroit because of weather. So they rerouted us to Cleveland instead of hovering around Detroit to fuel up in Cleveland to then get back to Detroit to watch our luggage make it on the plane, but no passengers make it on the plane.
No.
So we didn't have a car seat. We didn't have like a lot.
Oh,
no.
Man.
Amanda had no backup clothes. We had to stay at the hotel that's attached to the Detroit airport.
Wow. Brutal.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but you know.
How are the airports? I'm traveling this week to some super secret potential venue locations. And so I was curious to see how they post, because I flew a lot during the season. I've been flying a little bit since then, but I've heard that it's been a few weeks since I've traveled. And I've heard that the ramp up at the airports has just been insane. Was it crazy over the weekend?
I will say this. LAX is the busiest place I've ever been in my life. Like I've never been to a busier place. They took out like the center part of where you walk in LAX, and it's now just chairs. Like they've just got seating everywhere.
Yeah,
they just gave up. There was like a 40-person line at Jersey Mike's. I was like, what is happening at this terminal?
So I had a number 7 Mike's Way for lunch today. Just FYI, I know you guys were wondering. Still incredible.
I gotta share my weekend travel story.
Yeah, please.
We went to Denver. We're looking at houses in Denver.
Ooh,
and we didn't have any way to not bring the children. So we brought the children. We fly into Denver, endure the 2.5 hour flight. Well, it's a 2 hour flight, basically. With the kids, they did okay. Packed flight. We get there, it's super busy. We go to our, we take the shuttle to our rent a car, the car rental place.
Yep.
And there is a line around the block. I'm not even joking. It must have been 300 people. I don't think they had that many cars, right?
Yeah.
And they were like switchbacks, like Disneyland. It was like lines with stanchions and switchbacks. And they're just bussing people in, and people are standing at the end of the line in the middle of the hot sun. And I stood there for 20 minutes and it was not moving. We did not move in 20 minutes. And I was like, they're not going to have enough cars for these people. So we're there to look at houses. So we call our realtor, and our realtor is like, okay, you can stay at my house and you can use my car all weekend.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
what a kick-ass
that's what we did. We literally used.
Get that sale, boy. Get that sale.
Kidding.
I know. I said, no, we can't. We have to move there.
Yeah, you're totally obligated. That's incredible. Yeah. One thing I know about kids is they love 2 hour long lines in the sun.
Oh,
they just love
that's the
them.
best. Here's the best part about that Denver airport too is surrounding the Denver airport is legitimately nothing. Like it is out in the middle of nowhere.
And I hope you're not running to get your flight because you have to get on a train.
Yes. Well, do you know that whole story, Josh? Have you heard about why it's out in the middle of nowhere?
Oh yeah,
because it's like a nuclear bunker or something.
Yeah.
Right?
There's all these crazy like Illuminati theories about the airport. Like there's weird symbols all these places, but also it was weirdly built on the former governor owned the land out there, and that's weirdly where it got built, like 30 minutes from anything else. I know.
Shocker.
And there's another crazy story about the Denver airport I just heard. Do you guys know there's a giant Bronco statue that's blue with red burning eyes? It looks like a demon's eyes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly the guy we were there with said that the artist, when he was building that statue, the head fell off and killed him.
Wait, is this the plot?
I don't know why that's so funny. I didn't know what to do with that information, so I just laughed. I'm like, I don't know.
That doesn't sound real.
He was killed by a demon horse. I'm gonna Google that and see if it happened now.
I got to give a shout out to my boy in the chat, the good _ part, who says Josh does have a timeless look to his hair. Thank you. The good part. I appreciate that. You, sir.
Chalk 10 just said, pretty sure Dees is a variant, which is a Loki reference, which I was really hoping to talk to you guys about Loki this week. Spoiler free, but you're not caught up. So that's good. But goddamn, that show's good.
I instead watched I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, which I think might be the funniest show in the history of Netflix.
So is season 2 better than the first one? Because unmitigated genius the first season.
It might be.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I was just gonna say, so I ruptured my Achilles, so that's what I was doing this fucking port. I was running I was running some hills Saturday, and yeah, shit, flat tire, boom.
Oh,
Pulled over to
brutal.
the side. I was like, that's why I'm sitting sideways because I got it propped up right now. So
Did
Oh
you
my
have the
God.
surgery yet?
Yeah, what? I didn't even know this.
it's just ruptured. I don't have any surgery. It's just ruptured. So I got the boot. I got the suction boot and all that.
How long are you out of
shit.
commission?
The
Commissioner?
commission's out for commission for a little bit. They said 4 to 5. So it's the second time. So it's not my first.
Oof.
Weeks, months?
Oh, weeks. Weeks.
Uh,
Yeah.
Wait a second. So what's the difference between a rupture and a tear? I'm no doctor.
Now I ruptured it in college, and it does. That means you don't need surgery. Anything that happens with your Achilles, I wish this upon no one. It feels like a sniper, like got you off of a roof. Like that's the best. Like you feel it, hear it, smell it.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't a sniper?
Your ankle literally farts. It just yeah, that's it. And so, but it's a tear you'll usually have it. But I don't jump. I try not to jump a lot and do shit like that because I was feeling good and felt it was just being stupid. Getting older, man. I'm shit happy.
God, that's.
I'm just putting running hills on my not to do list. Running. Well, I just imagine that Walter Payton NFL Films video. You know the one I'm talking about, Ray, where he's just running up the hill with a car tire attached to him.
Oh yeah, there's a Jerry Rice one too, where he's like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the first thing I do every day. He's like,
yeah.
Well, I do it with my I do it with my dog. Like he runs with me. He does the whole deal with me. He'll run.
Okay.
He'll walk down with me. We just jog up the hill, and then I just click, and that was it. I was like, then this got back home. It was all purple. I was like, yeah, there we go. So,
well,
damn.
if you guys are curious,
and now I'm watching. So my whole point of saying all that is now I'm going to watch Game of Thrones.
Finally.
that's all it took. It was worth it.
I'm on episode 9, so it's okay.
All right.
Ray, were you?
I'm starting to see the hype.
All right. Okay.
Were any of you guys Sopranos fans, and have you seen the trailer for that Many Saints of Newark?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I heard it was good. And yes, I've seen Sopranos, and I love
The Sopranos.
It's on my shame list. It's one of those
excited.
things I just kind of nod through. I've never seen The Wire either. Everybody asks me if I said The Wire, and I don't say no. I go, Omar's a bad man. I say that, and they're like, oh, he is. But I don't say no. But the truth is, I've never seen either, and they're both on my shame list. I'm not proud of it.
You got to watch both of those, man.
Let me ask you this. If we went back to The Wire now seems to be like formative for all of modern prestige television, right? So like would it feel contemporary if I went back and saw it?
No. You can still watch it now and get it. Like there are some characters that's worth watching it just to see one specific actor. Like it's one of those shows.
I need a show, so maybe we do that now.
So me and the wife are obsessed with this show that just had the series finale. Not a lot of people watch it. It's on Amazon. It's called Bosch, right? And it's
everybody tells me I should watch that show.
Yeah, me too. I get it a lot.
My father-in-law won't shut up about that show.
Yeah, it's totally it's totally a father-in-law show. Like I am such a dad. It's a Michael Connelly book about an LA detective, and in every episode, it's like it features LA as like the main character, right? In every episode, he's like, got to go to In-N-Out, get the animal style fries. Like they keep referencing restaurants like everywhere they go. Like
restaurants, he says.
Restaurants, right?
In-N-Out is not a restaurant.
Oh, you shut your mouth, Jeffrey. Yes, that is prestige. You're using the prestige word again. But so Ray, Jeff, the guy that played Marlowe, the actor that played Marlowe in The Wire, is in Bosch. He plays Bosch, his partner. And there's a scene in this past season where he's like, yeah, I saw it on The Wire. You ever seen that show? And the actor goes, yeah, I just binged it 2 weeks ago. Like there's this little like world connecting thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what my friend on the /Filmcast has this recurring thing that he keeps obsessing about, where in the Marvel movies, they ask at one point, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Tony Stark, like makes a reference about the Big Lebowski, which of course stars Jeff Bridges, who is the villain in the first Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my friend is like, so in the Marvel universe, is Tony Stark think it's super weird that the villain that he fought looks exactly like the Big Lebowski?
Oh man,
dude. I'm watching the show. I'm curious to see if any of you guys have seen this or seen any of the hype around this. It's called Kevin Can Go F Himself. Have you seen this?
I literally subscribed.
Yeah.
I subscribed to AMC Plus just for that show.
Yeah, so did I. Are you watching it?
It's with the girl. It's with
yeah, she's from Schitt's Creek.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
And unrecognizable, by the way, too. Right?
Well, explain it, Dees. Explain the show, because I thought I saw something on that.
So
it's like a show within a show,
back
right?
and forth, right? So it's kind of makes fun of that like King of Queens vibe, where there's this like schlubby dad and this like attractive housewife, and this that weird power dynamic where she's like totally disempowered, and the reality is it's a living nightmare. So some of it's shot like a one camera in front of a studio audience. It's brightly lit. There's a laugh track, and then the minute he's out of the scene, it cuts, and it's this grimy, like prestige like Game of Thrones, kind of that
like Breaking
like
Bad.
Greenish palette. Yes, that Breaking Bad. Sorry, that green palette. It's grimy, and she's depressed, and she's plotting his murder, and it cuts back and forth, and it's dramatic. It just the shift is intense, and I'm really like, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. If I don't know how they're gonna pay it off, but I'm 4 episodes in, and it's unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah, the gimmick might rub off. By the end of the season, I might just be over it, but through 4 episodes, it's real strong.
If anybody's curious, the artists of Blucifer, the blue Bronco at Denver Airport, was indeed killed by the statue. In 2006, at age 65, the part of the Mustang, there it is, Blucifer. Part of the Mustang came loose while he was working on it, and it severed an artery in his leg, and he bled to death.
At the airport?
Well, no, he was working on it in his studio.
Oh, got it. I thought they were like installing it. So like in my mind, they're installing it, and it falls and just crushes him, and he just dies.
That's a horrible story.
His studio, people at his studio finished the sculpture after he died, and then they installed it more than 15 years later.
Oh my goodness, that horse is terrifying. That
demon horse killed a man.
Yeah, that looks like
right.
Looks like John Elway before his morning coffee. I mean,
I think that's what it
is really tough. We got some great people in the chat. I got to give a shout out to Bang Bang Rogers, who says, what are some potential cities venues we could see for season 2.0? Now, I know we can't tell anybody anything, but I was walking around the city of Pittsburgh this past weekend.
Where are you?
Lobbying for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Go on.
And
who would have thought of all the places Macuga could be lobbying for?
Unbelievable, right, Jeffrey? So, my dad's like, hey, Josh, your high school, they just put in a brand new press box. You should see the new field. So I walked up there, and the first thing I said was, would this make a good spot for the FCF? You can seat about 10,000 people at the new stadium, press box, outdoor venue. I know we're thinking indoor, but the amount of people that you could get to Upper St. Clair, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Our ownership groups are dying to go to the Upper St. Clair. I'm telling you, that's all we hear about. They won't shut up about it. If Quavo calls Ray one more time, says, "Get me to Pittsburgh."
Yes. So I'm throwing that out there as choice A1 for Josh McCool.
I got bad news for you, Josh. In the chat, NC Raider Man says, "Screw Pittsburgh."
Wow. That's
unnecessarily harsh.
I was gonna say. Sorry, I like Pittsburgh didn't kill a sculptor making a Jerome Bettis statue outside of the airport. Okay. How about the best part about the Pittsburgh airport? I don't know if we've ever said this on the show, is when you come down the escalator right there, and as you're leaving like the main terminal, there's two statues. One of them, George Washington, the first president of these United States. He helped lead victorious battles in the Fort Pitt area during the Revolutionary War. And the other statue, Franco Harris catching the Immaculate Reception.
Yes,
that's amazing.
I equally important.
I knew it was a football player, but I didn't know who it was. But I remember.
Yep. It's
equally important.
Equally important in the city's history. So for the
two
people
things have happened there.
And guess who NC Raiders, man? Guess what team we were playing when Franco Harris made that Immaculate Reception? That would be the Oakland Raiders. So Screw Pittsburgh. I say screw you, sir. No, I'm sorry.
Maybe that's why he's still holding the grudge.
Maybe.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe.
I can't say anything specifically about venues, but we're looking at some incredible places. So what I can tell you is we're not going to be back at Infinite Energy Arena next season, and so we are very close. I'm flying out to a couple locations this week. We're looking at some. I'm trying to think what I can say. I can't say we're looking at some of the biggest esports arenas in the world, and a couple other places. Again, being the fusion of traditional sports and esports, pretty fitting that we live in one of those places. So the venue, either way, we're going to incorporate a lot what we did last season, and it's going to be even bigger. So hopefully we've got something to announce on there pretty soon.
And I saw Mo Vibe said yes. I talked to Mark will be coming back, and Cecil. I was supposed to call you today. Sorry, my bad. And Cecil Sherry, he's coming back too. So
that's exciting.
Yeah,
already lining up talent.
Hey, I want to tell you, man. Listen, real quick, real talk. We're talking to some interesting people, man. That's all I can say. When it comes to some of the athletes that we're talking to this year, you guys are going to be really excited about some of the the breakout guys like the Jurdies and the Legariuses and all. Yeah, we talked to some really cool people.
Freddie Airmail says show name "Screw You, Sir," which I think is a solid.
That's good.
Listen, when it comes to venue, Dees, you've already shown your hand a little bit that you're flying out to some possible venues. So the venues are probably not. I'm doing my math here. So the venue's probably not Southern California.
Your powers of deduction are impressive, my friend.
Yes, thank you. And probably not like the Central Coast. So not like UC Santa Barbara, UC San Luis Obispo. Right?
Solid guess.
UC Santa Barbara, as an alumni, I can tell you, has no football stadium.
Are you a
has no football team.
The Gauchos?
Oh, yes, the Gauchos. Although we owned at Ultimate Frisbee.
Wait, have you guys? Speaking of like sports and everything, have you guys seen like the explosion of disc golf on social media? Yeah. It is everywhere now, and I am obsessed with it.
I think it's a really good sport because I can actually play that and have fun doing that shit. I'm just being honest.
You're not going to blow out your Achilles. I'll tell you that. Yeah, guys, there's a disc golf course like 20 minutes from my house. Not even 20 minutes, like 10 minutes from my house.
Jeff, let's go.
I want to play. We got to do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Can you rent discs, or do you have to? I mean, that can't
just bring them. Just bring them. Yeah, you have those cages. They're just open to anybody. You can just go play. There's no fee or anything.
No,
amazing.
Man.
Cheap sport.
Yeah.
Man, listen. This could be like a team bonding building exercise. This could maybe be the first time that I get to meet Ray Austin in person.
Yeah.
This could be the time.
Let's do that. Let's do it. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I know we've got a guest here in a few minutes. Do we want to hear some of your pitches before we get to our boy Jiggaman, or talk a little bit about the future of content coming into season 2?
I think the people would love to hear about content, but let's hear some pitches.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing: is a lot of these
people want. Let's do the other thing.
These pitches can be part of our content strategy. These are pitches. These are like pitches I'm throwing into the ether as far as fan-controlled content. Because when I heard that, I thought, we don't fan control enough stuff. Right, we really don't. I mean, there are like polls on Twitter, and you can do all this polls and stuff and everything. But I really would like to come home and, I say to my wife, "What would you like for dinner?" And instead of the normal rigmarole of, "I don't know, what do you want? I don't know what you want." As soon as I say that, it's live streamed. 3 options go up on it. It's like Chinese, sushi, burgers, pizza, or it's like Josh has to make dinner, and fans can control how I make that dinner. So I'm calling this fan-controlled husbandry. Every time Every time you go into a disagreement on neutral stuff, we're not talking about, like, should we take the long way and the scenic route, or should we just go straight up the 5? Do that husbandry route. Should we take this exit? No, I don't want to stop at that. I want to find something I want to eat. Most of this goes back to me and my wife never agreeing on what to eat, and then she gets upset when we always just stop at Taco Bell. So, fan-controlled husbandry. What do you guys think?
Dude, Macuga, FCF was right there. Fan-controlled food. It's
right I thought that's where you were going.
What about fan-controlled fatherhood?
All right. Also,
fan-controlled fathers. All right. What do you thoughts across the board? 1 or 0? We'll go binary code. It's either a 1 or it's a 0.
I'll say
sign
1.
me up. Yeah, sign me up. I would subscribe to AMC Plus for that show.
Okay. I am definitely into.
Bro, with all the dope videos that guys make with their kids, like the babies, and like doing drums and dressing them up. That'd be fan control fatherhood. That'd be awesome.
Was this your pantomime for throwing a baby? You're like dope videos with the baby. I was like, that looked it.
I think Ray's talking about that dad who's like the dad is a competitive cheerleading coach, and he's got his little daughter, and she's like 3 or 4 years old, and she's amazing already in cheerleading.
And he was doing it with her. Yeah. I mean, you see all these.
Yeah,
videos,
that one's awesome.
So dope. Yeah, I mean,
have you seen the one? Have you seen about the one with the guy in the living room, and they got vaulted ceilings, and there's a balloon on the top, and he takes the kid and chucks the kid up, and the kid grabs the balloon out of the air and comes down? That one's awesome.
That is genius.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I was throwing my 1.5-year-old nephew in the pool this weekend, and I threw him so high that when he landed, my brother was like, "Hey, let's just bring it down."
Took 9 months to make that kid.
And he's in the air like. It's awesome.
Low Earth orbit.
Okay. Here's my second pitch. Are you guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never been more ready.
Okay. Fan-controlled foosball. Okay, now I've never really played a full game of foosball, but every time I play it, it seems like people are yelling at one another as to what to do. So you get the foosball table, and there's people that are controlling, and it buzzes your hand every time. You got to like do this one. You got to do this one. All right, this is a bad pitch. Go to the next one. Okay. Right.
Just eject. Get out of this.
It's gone. Get out. That was more of a pun. Than anything. I was just punning.
Flip bar 2. Flip bar 3.
Go.
Flip bar 2 again.
It was just a pun. All right, here we go. I have been known to have a bit of road rage when it comes to traffic situations. Now, I think get Waze out of here, get your Google Maps out of here. You get local fans, put yourself during rush hour traffic, and the local fans get to vote on which way you need to go to get from point A to point B. And they're live streaming you in traffic, watching me melt down as I'm like, do I get off at this exit? Nope, that wasn't the fan vote. Got to stay here. And that's the fan-controlled traffic show.
You end up in Pittsburgh every time.
Every time. Yep. We hit checkpoints along the way. If certain fans get to like certain checkpoints, those fans get IQ points of me driving, slowly melting down in anger as fans argue and vote me through traffic from point A to point B in the busiest commute of the city.
And that's the last time anyone ever saw Josh Macuga.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking season 3 fan control food eating, and people pick what they want you to eat.
Ooh,
you're a professional food eater.
That's money. That's money. That's money in the seats,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like it's.
Did you see your eating counterpart this weekend made news again? Joey Chestnut.
Dude, killed
74 hot dogs. I mean, you were right with him. You ate like 2 wings, like ones of wings you ate when you competed against him, and you were right in that ballpark.
Ray was like slowly dipping it in ranch, just kind of like, ooh, this is good. Oh wait,
when I looked over,
intermittent fasting.
I look over at my CEO. He looks at me like this.
I know.
I'm like, dude, it's a chicken wing. You got this. Relax.
Relax. There's nobody in there. Okay. Now, the only other pitch I have in here is a video game pitch. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Now, After we talk to Lana Baczynski, who's coming on the Positivity Report next week.
Lana.
Lana.
Get it right. You got to get it right. Lana like banana.
So I said Lana.
Okay. I thought you said Lena.
Jesus Christ, Jeff. You know what? I know how I said it. Okay. I don't need you coming in here.
Got it. Keep going.
All right. Fan-controlled Cannata. The FCC.
Fan-controlled pronunciation.
There we go. Lana. Okay. Lana like banana. It's called Trash Dads is the name of the video game. Okay. Now here's what it is. Your trash cans are full on trash day, but you have a ton of extra trash and you don't know what to do with it. Okay.
I know what to do.
So you have to go and find empty trash cans around the neighborhood, smash stuff down, figure out where to put it, look for empty dumpsters.
It's my life.
Dude, this is an ongoing debate that I have.
This is an LA thing. This is a California thing.
Okay,
with my wife.
Yeah, go on. I want to hear what's her position.
Okay, so her position is that under no circumstances is it acceptable to put your garbage in someone else's garbage.
Hard disagree. And if I had space in my garbage, I would be fine with my neighbor throwing shit in my garbage can.
Jam it in there.
Get in here.
Hey,
I'm not talking dirty diapers or open food
Cardboard
or anything
boxes.
disgusting. I'm talking a completely self-contained bag of trash. And I'm not talking about walking onto your property and opening your. I'm talking about it's trash day.
Yeah,
it's trash day. It's on the street.
Totally.
You have moved it off of your property onto the street, and the truck is coming either in the morning or in a couple of hours. Yeah.
I go as far as writing the word extra space on there when I have a couple feet.
I think this is a victimless crime.
Because let's do it.
Yeah.
Victimless crime.
I was gonna say because me and my wife still have property in the city and living downtown is different. So when you say put trash in my trash, I'm with you. We fighting. It's on. Let me tell you again. Do it again, Jeff. Do it again. See what happens. That's gonna be that conversation. That's how that's going. Here, you can put it here. You can put it.
No, let me ask you this, Ray. Let me ask you this. Is it do I call you and go, hey, it's your neighbor from across the street. Can I knock on the door? Hey, I got this extra trash. Can I put it in?
Hey, just want to let you know. Can I put some? Yeah, man. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Like that for the cookies, bro. Yeah, that's how.
So you will say yes, but you want to be asked.
Gotta be asked. Gotta be asked.
Oh man.
Look, have you ever been to Chicago in the winter? People will literally, they will shovel the street, put a chair from their home.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Move that chair and see what happens.
Ray, I thought that was a Pittsburgh only thing. There was on the news in the wintertime, there are fist fights between 60-year-old men and women over parking spots screaming, my chair was there.
Bro,
my chair was there.
There is more furniture on the street than it is in some of the houses. I'm telling you, crazy.
Dees, it seems like maybe we should throw a poll up. Jacob, can we do throw a poll up? Cool with someone using your trash if it's not full or not. I want to see a poll. Well, I want the fans to voice is it cool or do you have to ask?
Wait. Let's be clear about it though. The poll is: are you comfortable with other people throwing trash in your can if there's extra space? Okay.
Is it cool? If you have a trash can and you see someone from across the street walking over and putting a perfectly clean bag of garbage in your trash can, are you going to be pissed?
I high five him. I'm from a distance. I'm dude, honestly, when I bought this place, I was doing it for weeks, just literally going up the entire street. I had a garage full of moving stuff, and I was just for weeks. I was evenly dispersing it through the entire yeah.
Patrick, let me tell you.
Wait. I was going to say real quick. I love Freddie Airmail's suggestion for a show title is "Do It Again, Jeff."
Amazing
suggestion. Crushing it.
I'll be looking out the window like, there go Cannata. Yeah, there go the Cannata. You see him? Walking down, trash everywhere.
So my wife and your wife, Jeff, are on the same page because we first moved in, I was like, all right, our trash bins are full. we have one more day until trash day. This has to be an all hands on deck situation, or I have to go out and search for ulterior like means of dispersion. Okay. So all these Amazon boxes are showing up. I'm breaking them down. I'm cutting them into like confetti just to fit them in the blue bin. The black bin is already over top. I'm standing in it, shoving it in. And my neighbor across the street is like, hey man, sometimes you can just throw it in mine. I was like, dude,
solid neighbor.
Solid neighbor, right?
Yeah.
So that night we have so much trash. We just moved in the house. I'm going up and down the street. I'm like lifting. I'm like, they got a little room here. I come back. Amanda's like, where have you been? I'm sweating profusely. I'm like, just throwing out trash, babe, making it work, just making it work. And I called my brother and I said, let me ask you a question. If you miss trash day, do you just move? And he's like, dude, I couldn't tell you how often I think about trash. I think about trash all of the time. I think it's just trash dads coming to a PlayStation
trash
near
dads.
you.
Oh, I'm pre-ordering.
It should be, and it's just a guy that's just going and looking in the trash.
Yeah,
pre-ordering that.
Yeah. It's choose your own adventure, right? It's a choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
One of the
My
first
sister clearly
episodes of
disagrees.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier like has a B plot line about one of the guys getting angry that somebody threw trash in his trash can, and that's what my wife is like. See, look,
That's
look,
what I like there.
That can happen.
I literally just blocked that B plot out. I'm just like, no, that seems fine. My sister
All right,
clearly
let's get to our
disagrees.
guest. I know Jiggaman's waiting backstage, and we love having him on. Jiggamanporto, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Jiggaman.
I feel like this is our second date, and I'm loving it. I was a little nervous. I'm like, you guys didn't call after the first one. I was like, I ruined it. I didn't do good.
No, you gotta wait two weeks. You gotta wait 2 weeks, or else it's weird, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't waiting by the phone. I swear. Shut up. Shut up, Frankie.
Frankie's here too. Hey, Jiggaman, we gotta ask you, man. Where do you stand on this garbage situation? Is it cool to have people throw their garbage in your garbage if it's not full, or no?
And what does Frankie think?
With a house of 7 people, all right? Trash for days, all right? So I did the ninja thing at first with my boys, right? Wait till it's trash night, go sneak in, throw them in people's trash cans. Nothing wrong, okay? Don't judge me, Ray. Don't
You know
do
there's
it.
nothing wrong based on the sneaking part.
So then I felt like I hit adulthood because I actually paid to get the second trash can, right?
Oh, whoa.
But it wasn't enough. So then I became friendly with the old lady next door. I was like, listen here, Grandma. I'll take your trash out for you as long as I can use it. It's only you and your like 17 cats. So now we've got my 2 trash cans, her trash can. It's a great relationship.
Whew, that's a big day. That's a big
That's
day.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like by a narrow margin, 58% of the people say it's okay.
Okay.
The other
here's the question,
42%
though.
are going to kill me.
Here's the question at all you guys. All the trash putting, are you recycling?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta
okay,
recycle. You gotta recycle.
Yeah.
I plead the 5th.
Frankie's in the back, like, I don't recycle either. He's not a big
Yeah.
recycle guy back there.
I had to do a quick change. I didn't feel like I was in the right mindset for you guys.
I thought
Now we're
Frankie
ready.
was all about the recycled plastics.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
Wait a second. Are you pimping your own merch in
How you
front of us?
doing? Josh caught on.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Frankie's on his shirt.
Wow,
that's too
that's I gotta give me one of those.
What?
Look at
Yeah.
that.
That URL. Give it out. Where
Yeah.
can people find that, Jiggaman?
Jiggamanporto.com. I made it simple.
I'm going.
I didn't want to
I'm
do the
going.
whole brain thing, you know?
Oh,
So
go.
we're gonna do it this way.
I'm surprised that wasn't owned by GoDaddy yet. That's Jiggamanporto.com.
Yeah, I thought it
Look at
might
this.
be. So we
Yes.
got merch now. It's great
at him.
because we're doing where 15% of it goes to the CMV Foundation. That's, when kids are born with that disease, it's for their head. So all the profits are going to them. So we're really excited about that.
Oh man, that's dope.
And Frankie and I don't care about the money. We just want to see people wearing us on their body. That looks fantastic.
Hey, Jiggaman, I'm here at jiggamanporto.com, and I'm scrolling down, and I see a big picture of Patrick Dees and one of Grant Cohen. Oh, look, there's Ray Austin, and
Keep going. Keep going.
much smaller at the bottom. Oh, there's me. Oh, and I'm above Josh. That's all.
That's true. Hold on a second. It's on a rotating scale, all right? Everybody gets their big head at one time, all right? With that hair, Josh, we're going to let you have a big box at least once a week, all right?
Wow. Wow. Well, yeah, we can't all look like Jeff Cannata just stole the Declaration of Independence. His headshot.
Dude, look at Ray's headshot, though.
Yeah.
He's made like $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
Dees, can I put a vote in since you're going to look at venues? I mean, Charlotte right over here is a really nice area. I'm just saying.
Jiggaman, you're in Charlotte?
Jiggaman, I didn't know you was in Charlotte.
Listen, I'm in Charlotte, all right? I did what all true New Yorkers do. I started there, I went to Florida, and then I came halfway back.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you I was from the borough? I'm from the G borough.
Yes, we talked about this. You know, this is the guy that doesn't remember. Don't you remember?
Nice.
CTE.
It hits me every time.
Come on, Ray. Do I know where
sad.
Ray's from? Come on.
Oh yeah, well I remember. That I remember. I didn't know. I thought you lived in New York though. I didn't know you lived in New York.
No. You see, what happens is when you have 4 kids, this thing happens where you actually pay attention to cost of living, right? And the property value here is fantastic.
So you've got 4 kids, Jiggaman, but you said you had 7 people in your house. Are you counting Frankie as the 7th member?
This is Uncle Frankie to the kids. They know. All right.
Does Uncle Frankie go swimming in the summertime with the kids? Is he allowed at pools?
He sunbathes. All
He's
day.
more of a
They're afraid
floater.
that the hair is going to get in the pool, so we keep them out.
Gotcha. Yeah. Been there. Okay. All right. Right on.
I did want to also say, Josh and Ray, I heard the pitches you had, so I thought of a couple pitches. But Josh, I liked your food one. I had a similar idea, and I pitched it to Dees at one point to where we can kind of. So I think you and I should collab on that because with your Philly options and my New Yorican, Florida, Carolina options, we can have some good votes on there.
I agree. 100%. Yeah.
And then Ray, you mentioned people picking food, right?
That you know what I'm saying? From different genres of ethnic groups and
That's so good.
We started doing that on Sundays on the show. So the Twitch channel picks what the heck we're eating during Muncha Muncha. We've had broccoli, we've had candy, we've had it's been retarded.
You guys had broccoli? You guys are crazy. Broccoli, get the hell out of here.
Try talking with all that green stuff in your teeth the whole episode, Jay.
That's true.
So you did a whole show eating the one thing?
Every Sunday night during the game, we have a specific food that they vote for, and that's what we eat. This week, we're actually doing wings because we're doing our fantasy draft night. So we got wings.
Nice.
All right.
We're doing the fantasy draft, and that was one idea. I figured since we're doing it, I can tell you, the Twitch channel has their own fantasy team. So they get to vote when they're on the clock, who's available, and then the winner of the chat MVP each week gets logins to control that fantasy team for the week.
That's cool. That's cool.
Like it.
Right?
That's
So
cool.
they can go in there and they can trade everybody away if they want, or just drop everybody, or they can actually do it the right way. It's up to them.
This is a really early time to do a fantasy draft. I mean, usually wait until August when everybody's hurt, figuring out who
everybody's hurt.
Yes, it's true. But we figured since we're going to let everybody else pick the teams, we're going to give it a run and see how bad it goes.
Hey, I just want to mention that it's the last call for throwing in show names. We're going to put the poll up. We already had some awesome suggestions.
Yeah.
But if you want to throw in a couple of others, what's that?
Do it again, Jeff. I thought
Do it
that
again,
was a
Jeff.
good
Oh,
one.
yeah. I love that one. I also want to mention a big congratulations and best wishes to One Fit Mama in the chat, who says they are expecting their 4th child in a couple of weeks.
It's,
I believe
Barbara Dees, my
that
younger
is Barbara
sister.
Dees.
Yeah. Congratulations, Barb. So
Wow,
Yep. Listen,
Congratulations.
Jiggaman, I understand you have been thinking a lot about potential new content and then actually doing some stuff on this channel kind of from the perspective of a fan. I know all of us have been wondering what's been percolating over there. What have you been thinking about?
Well, so we've got a lot of new stuff that we're actually starting next week, which is confirmed. We're doing a new show called What the Show, and it's all sports related, and the fans get to help talk about topics. But once I saw that Josh had a couple, I figured, you know what? On the fly, here's a couple, and you guys tell me how horrible they are. Deal?
Yeah.
Welcome.
All right.
Let's do it.
So video game option. It's called You Can't Do That. So I get to have people challenge me on Madden, but the fans can tell me what I can't do. So if they say you can't play your starting quarterback, I can't start my quarterback. If they say you're not allowed to pass to a certain receiver all game, okay, I don't pass to that receiver. They literally would tell me what I can't do. If I do that move, the game is over, and I automatically have to donate $20 to that charity.
Got it.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, all right.
That's cool. I like it.
I'm not good enough at Madden to know who I'm throwing to. I just hit X every time.
Yes. I'll put a piece of tape on it when I'm like, who's that receiver?
Yeah.
Cash money.
Yeah.
So that was the first one.
Okay.
What do you think, Dees?
I like it. Actually, it reminded me of one of the things that we're looking to do for next season in Fan Control Football. So, like, part of what was, in season 1, you would see the routes and you didn't necessarily know who the ball was going to go to, right? Like if you were calling a pass, you just saw where they were running. We're trying to figure out a way now to color coordinate those routes so that I know every time you see a blue route, it's Macuga. And every time I see a green route, it's Ray Austin. So you can start understanding where your guys are because you're building these relationships with the players. And then once they get on the field, you don't know exactly where they're going to line up. So not only are we trying to figure that piece out, but actually mapping the routes onto the field, like Madden style. So anyway, when you mentioned the routes, I was like, yeah, it's something we're thinking about anyway. But I love the idea.
And Jig with the man up drill, like allowing the fans to pick that route that's ran for that extra point too.
Nice.
So yeah, man,
Love it.
I love that.
I like it. Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
I think that'd be so rad to be able to easily on the fly pick out exactly who's doing what. And, like, I just think that clarity of that and understanding, what player you're picking in real time. It's a great idea.
I think that was part of the fun from season 1, right? Like Ray and team did such a good job of finding these unbelievable guys with crazy origin stories and like just amazing personalities. And so I think part of the fun that I had for the season was building relationships with those people on the field and being able to understand when they're in and where they're running. I feel like would bring just that next step.
Yeah,
agreed.
So cool.
Agreed.
So the poll is up for what this show should be called next week. You got a few minutes to vote. The options are at the airport? Exclamation point. Do it again, Jeff. King Ray Austin and trash cans for all. At the moment, King Ray Austin was way ahead, but now it looks like at the airport is coming in, getting a lot of votes in the last minute. So get your votes in. We got a few more minutes of the show, and we will decide what will be called next week.
Jiggaman, was that it? I thought you had one more.
If you got time, I got more.
You got time.
I come up with this stuff all day. All right.
Yeah, let's check. Hey, we your audience. Let's hear it. Let's go.
All right. So this one's called "That's My Jam."
I already love it. Already
sign me up.
Say no more. Say no more. It can only go downhill from here.
That's it. All right.
Hey, I love it, man.
So the idea is we're going to let music artists from every genre submit a 2-minute video of them writing a song for the intro for all the shows that we do. So they can come up with one for Between Two Urns, Getting Jiggy with Jiggaman. That's the show. So we'll actually put it up, 4 people each episode. The viewers get to vote. And then each week that person advances till we're down to the final 4. And now we got a theme song.
Yeah, that is first of all, it's brilliant. It's something we had discussed too. It's like how awesome would it be? We have these 4 teams and going forward till. Can we say how many we're going to the next one?
We're going to more teams.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad. You know what? I'm in conversation sometimes. I'm like,
So greater than 4. Yes.
Going to some more teams. Yeah. But if you think about music, there's so many different genres of music, and I love all different genres of music. So, and how awesome would it be that all teams had their own sound, and they had the fans are sending in the sound of what they want the teams to sound like. Oh man,
so cool.
That's our future, Jigger. I love it.
And you see the amount of creativity that people did with the logos and all that stuff. I feel like music would be just as exciting and just as cool and creative.
We had a guy, one of my old teammates when we had the Salt Lake Screaming Eagles, he made us a theme song called Power to the Fans. And he put the names of the players in it. And Screaming Eagles. He put it in the rap, and it was just like, this is what we want to do for every. Like, what if you got all these indie artists that know how to rap, and we say, hey man, talk about the Wild Aces, like that's your Wu-Tang.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's your, you know what I'm saying? Like, boom.
Yeah.
Man, how dope would that be? Like, that's
well, I don't want to say anything, but there is a certain streaming show every Thursday that could use a theme song if anybody happens to be listening.
Yeah, because I'm only one.
Yeah, that's all we got so far.
We can totally fill 30 minutes before the show starts with music.
What if Jacob was a musician and we didn't know this entire time because we've never asked him any personal questions about his life?
Nothing would surprise me about Jacob. He's he's the Dos Equis guy. Every time I learn something else about him, it's the most interesting thing in the world.
Totally. Yep. He builds homemade kayaks out of old trees he's hollowed out with only a butter knife. You're like, whoa, Jacob, this is sick.
That's just a Thursday,
That's just a normal Thursday. I always bring it back to Pittsburgh, but there are a couple Pittsburgh Steelers songs that they update the lyrics to every season, Ray. So we get rid of a guy in the offseason, just throw the new name in there. And some of the names really don't work in the song. So it's like, and they're they try to jam a last name and they're like, Villanueva is here. Like, whoa, that last name does not fit where the old one fits. But they try and work it in as best they can.
Not easy to rhyme Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying?
It really isn't.
Roll off the tongue.
When we got Palomalu in there, too many syllables.
I just saw B. Cleon or B. Cleon.
BC Lion?
BC Lion. Okay, there we go. Yeah, are we having any expansion to Canada? Not any expansion to Canada, but we have been talking to some actual Canadian players. And just so you guys know, Miro sent us over a few guys that we're already looking at that he knew from his connection. So we're looking to, even though we may not go out of this country, we're still going to look for athletes out of this country. So that's what we want to bring, all those different types of players that represent all different types of genre of people. So we could like you could be fans of whomever, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to create.
I like that his name is now Bacleon though.
So much better.
I was like BC Leon. BC Leon. I know there's a BC Leon here.
Amazing.
Holy shit. Yep, that's the good stuff. Jiggaman, give us some more hot bits here, bud.
More?
Yeah.
Well, you see, so I didn't get into a lot of details with some of the other ones. I mean, Jeff knows I'm trying to get into a whole Jeff Cannata and Jiggamanporto storybook cartoon. So we did one episode.
Yeah.
And I may or may not have reached out to a couple of cartoon artists to make it come to life.
Oh my God.
And, kind of get episode 2 together. We even thought of one called Take 2 at Ease and Call Me in the Morning. So it's something with people texting, relationship advice. I suck at it. We'll give advice. And if we have nothing good, we tell them, take 2 at Ease. And call us in the morning, right? That's another one.
That's good. That's solid. It's good. Solid.
That might need to be a Josh Macuga bump right there. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
That's a pretty good catchphrase for season 2.0.
This is recorded, right? All right. I'm just making sure I get some credit here, Josh.
Oh yeah.
You forgot
Donate
the
to
Greg
charity every time it's used.
You forgot about the Greg in there because Greg is doing a hell of a job with water polo right now. I've listened to some of it because I love Olympic sports, especially water Olympic sports. And he and she's the most famous women's water polo, Melissa something, son of a. They announced together, and I want him so bad to be like, oh, take 2 of these and I'll see you in the morning, Melissa. Am I right? That's what I want. I need that Patrick Dees. Take 2 of these, Greg, and we'll see you in the morning.
Done.
How dope is that? I watch water polo because of Greg. So shout out to G, man. Doing a great job too, man.
Yeah, good talent. What a talent, that guy.
Our women's water polo team this year is going to be lights out. Like they're favored to win the gold. They're good. They're really, really good. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
water polo is a really entertaining sport to watch too. It's
So is that when you say Marco and then they say polo?
That's right.
Correct.
That's
just make sure I've been doing it right. Okay.
Olympic version of that, exactly. Best in the world.
Did I say Greg Miller? I meant Greg Meskel. That's my bad. Listen, you make one mistake anywhere ever, chat will always catch it, no matter what. There's the show.
Their job.
It's like, it's one of those find the things hidden in the picture. Like, we should just do a show, Jiggaman, where I try and make mistakes very slightly and see if chat picks up on it, like every single time, and see how
to make mistakes.
Dees, I think it's a good idea. And then we have like that Staples button, but it's the command saying no. Raised voice. I think that can work.
I remember Dees when we was in the game, and I was trying to make a reference to something, and I accidentally said I was like, Marquell came and he's got to rape and scrape that ball out.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes later, chat was like going crazy. What did he say? Oh my gosh, did he really just say that? No. And Dees was like, nope, cut that off, gotta do it. They literally hated for me like 30 seconds. Like, it was crazy.
Well, you know what I did was I called for that champion spam in chat, so that all of the talk about what you said was just all champion, and yeah. And
it was such you think about how the languages and things and phrases and stuff that you grew up saying, and then you say it just as just out of in your mind. You're like, and then they just castrate you.
You see the good thing for me, Ray, is nobody in chat talks to me. They talk to Frankie, so I can say whatever. Yeah. I don't think they've been paying attention. So it's like,
that's good. Point. Frankie's looking great, though. By the way, Frankie's looking.
He's working out.
He took the vest off today. He said, "You know what? We're guest today. It's not our night of the week to do a show. He wanted to just come correct." And he said, I know how Ray be looking, so he just felt like he had to flex a little bit.
He's got the summer bod going on.
It's working. Hot. It's working. It's hot.
Yeah.
What do you guys think if we did a fan control thing where we find people out there that look like Frankie? And then, what if one day Frankie just all of a sudden started talking and Frankie was like, and we're like, what the, shut up, man, that'd be great.
Jiggaman, all you have to do is come to my family. It's like family reunion, like 7 people.
Over in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. I mean, my God, they all look like Frankie.
Frank-alikes.
And by the way, go ahead. I just want to say this. I don't want to dim down the lights a little bit, but everybody wanted to say grateful that we I don't know if you guys knew Elijah Rogers. He came up missing, had a couple of days. He just kind of, no one knew where he was, but we found him. He's all good.
Thank
talked
God.
to one of his buddies.
So
he's all,
thank God.
Shouts out to whoever. I can't see who said that, but shouts out for you mentioning that.
That was Bacleon. That was Bacleon.
No, that's BC Leon.
Yeah. BC Leon. No, I quickly wanted to say, I know we're kind of running out of time here. Jigga, it's been great having you as always. And part of the reason we wanted you on was to talk a little bit about kind of the nature of content is changing, and we don't have a lot of time to get into it today. But we're going to start working with members of the community to spotlight and surface kind of content, get promotion through Twitch. And I know you're one of the first people that we're piloting some of that content with. So we don't have a timeline just yet, but pretty soon you'll be able to tune in here to see content that's kind of co-produced by Jiggaman and FCF around just being a fan, right? I know it's still the off season. We don't have a lot to announce just yet. So, a lot of what we're going to be focusing on, what is it like to be a fan of the Dolphins? Or maybe, or what is it like to be a Blizzard fan? Around video games, pop culture, and sports as a whole. And yes, fan controlled football is going to be a pillar of that because it is the epitome of, that fan experience. But, it's going to be a lot of conversations about what is it like to be, what is the current state of fandom in a million different things. And I'm really excited to start that with you.
I'm excited about it. I was excited to jump on today, and the minute I heard you say Loki, I was all about it, and then you said no spoilers, and I was like, what the hell am I going to talk about? Yeah. I'm so excited to be tying in with you guys and creating content and going to hang out with Josh's family and find a Frankie, and it's going to be a good time.
Frankie.
We have a Frankie already, and he looks a lot like that guy.
Yeah. Find a Frankie is great. There's a lot to be excited about for season 2.0. I think just seeing Ray and Patrick get so amped. The information will come.
Yeah.
Stick with us here on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/FCF. The information will come, and it's going to be pretty cool. It sounds like the socks are being knocked off as we speak. So keep your socks on because we're knocking them off in the next few weeks. And hang out with us. We're going to do these casual shows until we have more more solid information to share with you. But in the meantime, I think it's a lot of fun. Jiggaman, thank you for being with us. It's great to see you.
Thank you,
and we're
brother.
excited to see all the cool content that you're going to be doing, partnering with FCF in the coming weeks and months.
Jiggamanporto.
And we'll be called at the airport next week. Thank you for everybody who voted for the name and suggested the name and for tuning in and hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Until then, power to the fans.
Power to the fans.